Warning, the game I am reviewing is very much 18 plus and super edgy. If you're young, you shouldn't watch this. I can't police strangers online, but if you aren't comfy with these things in this warning, maybe watch one of my other videos. Okay, thanks, bye. I can't believe I have to work on videos and doing these classes. Wait, you graduated community college like 5 years ago. What the hell are you doing? A piss poor attempt at a skit? What does it look like I'm doing? You realize this is going to look weird in your other videos not having skits. Doesn't matter, who's gonna watch a review on a game that came out nearly 5 years ago? Shit, I was actually really close to this game's anniversary. Why are you playing a game from 5 years ago like it's relevant? Touché.
And I've never been as happy as right now, but shit, I gotta cope with the fact that it dies down. Cause in the end, I just wake up salty, start my day with a pot of black coffee.
I'm normally not the biggest fan of visual novels. I'm not saying it's a bad format, because there are some great games to come out of the genre, like Doki Doki Literature Club and the Ace Attorney series. But I tend to see that visual novels are more of a dumping ground of weird, borderline fetishy stuff from indie developers, since Ren'Py is a pretty easy game engine to learn. So, 1,000 likes and I'll make my own visual novel. I'm like half joking here. Anyway, let's talk about visual novel I see good and bad opinions on, Class of 09. Released in 2021 on Steam, Class of 09 lists itself as a rejection sim rather than a dating sim based on the experiences of the developer SBN3 that they had in high school. If that sentence didn't already spell out for you, this game is a satire. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's not a horror game in disguise. It's just a game that a developer used to make a bunch of edgy jokes about high school, and no cheeps, you can't make any of those jokes while editing this. I know exactly what you're doing. We're not getting canceled for this shit. Let's see if this was worth my time for a fully voice-acted visual novel. This is Class of 09. The story of Class of 09 revolves around Nicole, a 16-year-old. Actually, you mean 18, right? That's what the Steam page says. By the end of the game, probably. However, for the jokes to work, shut up. She is a 16-year-old girl who's been through a lot. Many divorces and stepdads, moving, her dad offing himself and writing that it's her fault. Safe to say, Nicole is a teenage girl with a lot of issues as she moves again and starts attending a new high school. After that, we just kind of sit back and make choices to see where things can go. A lot of your choices do have consequences, but unlike a lot of traditional visual novels, this is about the extent of the gameplay, minus a button to go back and a pause menu to make repeat playthroughs faster. But I think for the first couple of playthroughs, don't use either and just kind of think, what would Nicole do? Not because I'm some sort of purist who thinks you shouldn't save scum. I got all 15 endings for this game after all, and I wasn't going to have the patience to do trial and error. Shout out to Reddit for having a guide on how to get each ending. So I think a lot of you guys are going to ask, is this really it? Is it just a high school dating sim that ironically says it's not? No, it's a genuine attempt to make a satire on the dating sim genre of visual novels. Everyone is terrible, and you'll get to see it as you do a few playthroughs, aside from Nicole being a mostly emotionless sociopath who manipulates others because she thinks it's funny. Each character either needs to be on a registry, should not be in charge of keeping students safe, or seems like they're one broken pencil away from...
You look like you're about to tell your friend not to come to school tomorrow, man.
Jekka isn't that bad though. Don't get me wrong, she is a total bitch, but like Nicole, I kinda like her, and she's just kind of normal.
For a week, it'd be kind of fun. You want to be sexed up, abusive lesbians?
Fuck no.
Why not?
'Cause you'd be doing all the abusing.
Oh, like what?
Just weird shit. You'd like put a cigarette out on my neck and lick the burn mark.
So you want to try it?
No.
Wait, this clip isn't in the game. I have to wait for the sequels to do that. Speaking of which, I think the writing's pretty good. Oh, but edgy humor is not good humor. You see, real humor involves shut the hell up, no one cares. Yes, it's not fine comedy or something sanitized like you see on trashy TV like modern SNL. It's edgy humor like comedians I grew up listening to, like George Carlin or early Bo Burnham. It's not scared to offend you, that's the joke. I bet when this game came out, a lot of people were probably a bit pearl clutchy, while people on image boards and degenerate hellscapes like Twitter were like, based, this game gets it. The best way to describe it is that it captures that style of old internet humor on sites like Newgrounds and understands it well. Speaking of which, this kind of does feel like a game you would find on Newgrounds, except this is one that you'd have to pay $9.99 for. The character art feels a little bit generic, but it does still look decent, even if most AI art now looks like it was trained off of this. And these backgrounds, these are just edited photographs with blurs and attempts to make alterations to hide faces and logos, almost like it was made on the cheap. How are we allowed to use this image of Obama? Is it public domain, or does it fall under fair use, or is it like a stock image? I feel if this wanted to be released on something else, it would need to be edited for something like the PlayStation Store or the eShop, even with those legs slop onto them. But maybe they could. After all, Homestuck didn't have to be edited, really, for the physical books released by Viz Media. I didn't mention it earlier when I was talking about the writing, but the voice cast of this game is terrific. Elsie Lovelock and Kaylee Mills have a really good voice chemistry as Nicole and Jika, since you'll be hearing the two of them for the majority of the game. Although I am a little biased because I'm imagining Uzi from Murder Jones saying some of these lines.
I'm sorry, did you think I have any form of emotional attachment to you?
I especially love how she's able to keep that snarky, sarcastic tone through the ending text scrolls of each route. Speaking of, there's actually a bonus epilogue if you get all the endings, but I'm just going to leave it a bit vague so people can try the game, since it would be kind of lame to just describe every ending to you, even if some are super wild, like, oh my gosh. Class of 09 is kind of hard to rate for me. On one hand, I do think it's a pretty funny experience and would recommend trying it out, but it's kind of hard to sell someone on a game that is the same price as Terraria or Gary's Mod, but only has 2 or 3 hours of actual content. If you are gaming on a budget, maybe watch a Let's Player, since there isn't too much replay value after you do everything. But if you can swing it, buy the game to support the developer, even if you do that like a year after watching a Let's Play. My final rating for Class of 09 is a 7 out of 10. This review is going to end a little bit differently than my other ones, because I do want to cover the other 2 games in the series, but this is going to be a call to action to see if you guys want it. If we can get 10 likes on this video, I will cover both sequels in their own separate videos. I'm not going to try to farm likes twice off of you guys. I will do both at some point in the future if we reach this goal when I'm not crunching on my other projects. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, I got nothing really special or cynical to say. Screw off. See you guys next time.